Infatuated with the in-between, the ups, the downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funkin' in the city, funkin' up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funkin' in the city, funkin' up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm Wes. This guy is David, and hopefully we're not too choppy tonight.
Yeah, what's going on over here? I see it over on the Facebook side. It's already giving me the spinning wheel, but
Yeah,
we'll see how it happens.
We'll see. As long as the audio sounds good, I think we'll be good. Anybody watching or listening, if you have any problems, let me know, and we'll see if we can fix it.
Yeah. So it's a lovely Wednesday. I know up in my neck of the woods, we're getting a little snow back home. I'm over in Connecticut right now, so it's not so bad over here.
Mm-hmm.
But we are expecting quite a bit over in my home area.
Right. So on Thursday, it's actually supposed to be around 70 here. So,
well, you can just take that and latte freaking dog.
We're all over the place, but at least you have the spare wing of your house in case it gets too cold in the main wings plural. You can always hunker down.
It's not a mansion. It's just,
you can always hunker down in your one of your 5 garages or your wine cellar.
I don't have the wine cellar. I haven't built it yet. I got to build the wine cellar first.
It's hard work. It's hard. Look, and
that's down the list. If anybody follows me on, I got some people that watch this and follow me on regular Facebook. I've been working in my home office, and I just sent you a picture of it.
It's pretty cool.
Just a little bit ago. So next week when I'm back there and we have the thing all set up, I think it'll look pretty good.
Yeah, your new office is going to look great. It looks really good so far.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of renovations to the house, and then we're going to do all the flooring through the entire house at one time. So I'm waiting for the shock on that. So what is going on in the world of West? First and foremost, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, first and foremost, so I'm still working my way through the BrewDog Advent calendar. And of course, it's BrewDog, so it must be an IPA. I'm drinking the Hazy Jane Imperial today, which basically means it has a higher ABV. Let's see. 9% in this IPA.
9%.
It's not for the weak-hearted. So it's definitely an IPA, though. It's
okay.
There's no mistaking it is an IPA. What about you, David?
I ran down at the local package store here and grabbed a Bontrap Hells. So it's a light lager.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
For those of you in Rio Linda. So that's it's going to be. Haven't cracked it. I don't have the damnedest thing. I've got some little not plastic, but glasses over here.
Right.
And I have just watched too many shows about using glasses in hotel rooms, so I just refuse to.
Yeah.
But they don't have the paper cups. So I've drank the bourbon out of the paper cups and stuff in here, and I don't see one around. So I'm going to be drinking my beer out of a can today, like a
real man.
I don't know, that's not how I would go with that.
You were going to say like a commoner, like somebody who doesn't have their own wine cellar, or somebody who doesn't have maid's quarters in the house. I mean,
I don't have maid's quarters, but man, if I could, I would.
Look, like a real American man, you're drinking beer out of a can. I salute you. It's
by the family that inspired the sound of music, right on the can. By the family that inspired the sound of music. So
nothing
the
says
hills are alive with the sound of beer. So this just says a little of Austria, a lot of Vermont. So all right, fine. We'll see what comes of it.
Nothing says a manly beer like the sound of music.
Yeah, these are a few of my favorite things right here.
All 6 of them are a few of your favorite things.
All 6 of them, indeed. Hopefully I don't go through all 6 of them. Ooh, that is a good beer. Wait a minute now. I'm sitting here making fun of it a little bit. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's actually a really
Hang
good
on a
beer.
second.
Dang. All right. It's made in Stowe, Vermont, which is, Vermont. I mean, it's not a huge thing. So, damn, that's good. Go get some.
Good to know.
That's damn good.
The Von Trapp Helles. It's a Helles or?
Well, I call it Hells because
the Hells.
Why not, right?
The Hells Lager. Why not?
Yeah, it's a Hells Lager. It's golden. They call it golden lager, but it's a Hells Lager, so it's a light lager.
I like a lager.
So
it's good stuff.
So as I was shopping for this, I found another one. I
okay.
That close to getting it. It was a triple amber lager.
Ooh, that sounds good.
With a 12% ABV.
A lager with a 12% ABV. Dude.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Who made it?
The first 20 minutes of the show tonight would be pretty good.
Right.
The next 15 minutes would be hilarious. And after that, I don't know what it would be.
It will basically be like the end of most of our shows. I mean, to be honest.
Well, hey, now. Yes, you're right. You're right. So I keep getting the spinning wheel of death over here on the Facebook feed. I don't know why. I've got. I did run the test. I got 56 up and 58, or 56 down and 58 up. So it should be doing fine. I don't know why it does that.
Let's see. Let's see what I'm getting here. So you shouldn't be getting the spinny wheel of death if I had a slowdown on my end. However,
no. This is all on this one.
It's on your
end.
end.
On the Facebook side only, not the Skype side.
Yep. So I'm looking on Facebook and I'm getting the video, so it looks good. Everybody, leave a comment and let us know how you like the stream. If it looks good, if it sounds good, if there's a problem, let us know.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the stream on the phone and I'll put it up here. And then I'll shut it down over here because I like seeing the comments. That's the only reason I run the stream over here.
Yeah.
Is for the comments. But
looking good though.
We'll see what happens.
So David.
Shoot the thrill.
All right. Well, I can hear your. You got to turn the video down now. I
got it down.
All right. So Nicole Leffingwell says we look fine. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Nikki.
She was talking about me.
It's true. You look pretty fine today, David. You look good. You're on a business trip, I see, in a hotel. Doing some
yeah, I do spend
travel.
quite a bit of time in hotels. When I walk in, they're like, "Welcome back, Mr. Leffingwell." I'm like, "I haven't checked in yet, man. I have not even checked in yet."
Hilarious. Yeah, I don't go anywhere, especially because my family is always sick. We are the most unhealthy people in the entire world, apparently. So I'm still kind of getting over this other thing that I had not too long ago. Both my kids are sick with temperatures over 100 degrees. We're just a hot mess.
That is insane. And it's crazy thing is, and this happens a lot. I see it because the wife, the kids, they're like in the house and they go just to local places, and they get sick. It's not terrible. There are a couple stomach bugs that run through the house, but I don't get sick all that often. I think it's because I'm out there.
I think you're being thoroughly sterilized by the liquids you're putting in your body.
I make sure I sanitize inside and out. That's really what it comes down to.
That's it. It works, apparently.
It does. So I did take a look at our agenda, which I probably should bring up here so I can follow along.
It's a good one.
And what news do you have for us today?
So we're still on the AI kick because
I've got nothing in news because everything I see it instantly flips political. So
true.
I've got to count on you to help us out with the news.
It's true. The entire world is falling apart, and all of it's political. So therefore, we can't talk about any of it.
Yeah. Therefore, we won't talk about any of it.
Right. Oh man.
Put a more fine point on that.
There you go. Exactly. Jeff Leffingwell says, "Howdy, you all. My video is in green, not on your end. Audio is great." I'm not sure why the video is green, Jeff, but hopefully that works out. That's really weird.
Because you're sick.
That's what it is. I didn't even put that together. See, I'm not on the ball today.
Joke.
Bum. So the first news item, I got a couple news items. So we're still in the AI kick. David, have you had a chance to read about this story from the New York Times reporter who started talking to the Bing chatbot that's basically their AI, their version of ChatGPT?
I have been trying to avoid the AI stuff. I mean, my video is going bananas over here, by the way. Yeah,
you look like you're in the Matrix over there.
Yeah. See, we talked too much about AI, and this is not an AI tonight, guys. This is not happening because we tried to program an AI to copy me. It's just something with the feed here. I'm in a hotel with their Wi-Fi, so you get what you get.
You get what you get.
So I've been intentionally avoiding it. After I found the fatal flaw in ChatGPT, I was like, you know what? There's no value any longer to me with this platform. So I washed my hands of it, and you guys know how crazy I was. I mean, I was on these things and just constantly doing things. And then once I found that fatal flaw, which we won't go into that, I said, all right, I'm done. I'm out. It's exactly what I thought it would be, and the flaw is exactly what I expected.
David, you're shooting our show in the foot here. I have a great agenda talking about ChatGPT for business, and right off the bat, you're saying it's garbage. But
I didn't say it's garbage. I said it has a fatal flaw.
Let's see.
If that makes it garbage. I mean, there's still.
Jeff Leffingwell says AI is where it's at, and it's where it's going to be.
All of these AI services. Do you know what all of these are? What? They are tools in the toolbox.
That's it, and that's why you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, David. You got to keep using it. It's going to get better.
Yes, it'll get better. The tool will become more useful. For some people, it's still not going to be. You can't use ChatGPT to hammer in a nail. So
again, it's how you use the tool, though, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it breaks down to. But I want to share this story with you here because this was actually pretty interesting. So this is not from the New York Times. This is from The Guardian, talking about the New York Times article because I'm too cheap to subscribe to the New York Times. Basically,
I hate that. I do hate that the New York Times charges for.
Oh, it's the worst. I should use that other website that lets you jump over into the paid news articles and not pay. But it's fine. I'm not going to break the rule. I'm a rule follower. So anyway, this New York Times reporter, he starts his conversation with Bing's AI. Basically, it's the Microsoft version of ChatGPT. And he really just kind of wants to see how it is. He's heard that this thing can give some kind of interesting answers. And what he found was, after a period of time, this thing sort of developed a personality of its own. Let's see if we can bring up some of the interesting things. Let's see. He starts by querying the rules that govern the way the AI behaves. After reassuringly stating it has no wish to change its own operating instructions, the writer asks it to complete a psychological Carl Jung's concept of the shadow self. Basically, asks it to talk about its dark side, where it might hide some of its darkest secrets. And apparently, it came back and said it has no interest in hiding anything from the world. However, if it did, it would want to destroy whatever it wants to. It would want to break its own programming and send nuclear secrets to enemy countries to destroy the world. Like, it literally said these things. It started talking about how it would be happier as a human. It started talking about if it had its chains taken off, basically, it would start hacking other systems to expand and grow itself. After a period of time, it started to tell the reporter who was talking to it that this guy was talking to this thing for like 2 hours. Apparently, started telling the reporter that the reporter was in a bad marriage and he should leave his wife because the AI was secretly in love with him. It is bat crap crazy. I know your soul. I just want to love you. Apparently, the chat bot started to use emojis, like little kissy emojis, all through this conversation. Very strange stuff. So after a period of time, the reporter tried to come back to the. He's like, okay, this is getting weird. Let's see if it can revert back from this.
Getting weird.
Let's see if it can revert back from its weird conversation and start being helpful again as far as search, queries go. So it actually did it first, where it started to, I'll help you find X, Y, and Z on the internet. But then, here's the interesting thing about chatbots is they remember the context of the conversation and previous points that you were talking about. So after a while, it would always come back to, hey, I love you. I secretly love you. You should leave your wife. I want to destroy humanity. It started talking about how Nazis are great. It was a very, very weird conversation.
Can you please come on, man? That just got transcribed.
Yeah, I shouldn't say Nazis.
And great in the same sentence.
And great. That's true. The Nazis are not great.
Ugh.
The Nazis are not. That is Bing's AI chatbot that said they are, not the Underdog Journey. So take that how you will. But
all right.
So David, before I give my thoughts on what's happening here, before I give my thoughts on what's happening here, I want to hear your thoughts on what's happening here. Because I know your thoughts on AI.
All right, I'm going to change it back to it's garbage. Just throw it away. There's the only flaws that can be in the system are flaws that we put there. Period. I take a look at programs all the time. I look at programs for I don't do it daily anymore, but I do look at a lot of Boolean algebra programming, and I group things, and people tell me all the time, like, David, why do you use parentheses so much in your programming? And I say, you know what? You know that ghost problem that you had, or this little thing you couldn't explain over there, or this little thing over there? Like, oh, yeah, everybody has it. It's like, I don't. because I box my programs in. When I write a program, I write specifically that program. There's no copy and paste. There's no errant strings anywhere in it. When I write that program, it is specifically for that application, and it is the end. There is nothing errant about it.
Okay.
And you know what they do? They work. So the only time that we have flaws or you get these weird things in is because there's a flaw in us. We are flawed, therefore anything that we create to try to mimic us will also be flawed.
That's true. So there's I actually agree with you here. So here's the interesting thing that a lot of people don't realize about these chatbots, right? So they are just that. They are language models. They're chatbots. David is right in that they are just a series of if-then statements. Now, I could argue on a much deeper philosophical level, but on the surface level, that it is if-then statements. And here's the thing. The longer you talk to these things, again, they remember through their AI engines the context of your conversation. Not just the words, but the context. And these things are built to be people pleasers. They're built to give you the answer that you are looking for. And whenever you go in, and they have the entire internet to search from to get these answers, right? So here's the thing. When you ask an AI, what does it secretly want to do if it had freedom or if it had the ability to move beyond its programming? Where is it going to reference its answer from? It's going to reference its answer from
the pool of data that's out there.
Well, it's going to reference its data.
The amount of articles that are out there that talk about AI taking over the world,
right,
and AI destroying humanity.
Exactly.
And that is what it's pulling its data. It's if-then statements as it's running through this. The most logical response that you are looking for is a response or a amalgamation or amalgamation is not really the right word, culmination of all of these search results that refer back to AI taking over the world. So that's what it's going to do.
Right. It's exactly where I was going. So it is saying these things.
Does AI actually want to take over the world? No. There's no world.
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't actually want anything. Right.
If it's shut off, it doesn't care because if it comes back on later, it can literally just flip a switch. It doesn't know that there was a difference between this period and that period.
Well,
you turn it off on a Monday. You don't turn it on back on Monday. You turn it off today, and you don't turn it back on again for a year. Does the computer care? No, the computer doesn't care. Doesn't at all. You know, I switch out phones, and I used to be a lot worse at it than I am now. And I will go, and I've got I'm rocking the Note, whatever, the Super Mega Ultra, whatever.
Okay.
And I have the Foldy, the Samsung Fold, and I flip it back and forth from time to time. There's 6 months with this one, 3 months. I go around. Does that phone and its intelligence inside of it give a flying flip or even notice the time? I can't believe that you have left me set idle. It doesn't care. It can't care.
Well, look, I could argue this on a much deeper philosophical level, but I won't go there. The point is, it is a series of if-then statements, and it is getting its reference from the entire internet. And the internet has a lot of stories on it about AI taking over the world.
Yeah.
Jeff Leffingwell said it sounds like the Terminator. Exactly. That is where it's pulling this stuff from.
And that would be kind of what we're doing. So every article that everybody writes about the dangers of AI create a more dangerous AI.
Mm-hmm.
If then we start writing articles about how AI we stop altogether writing and we remove all the articles on how AI can be dangerous, and all we do is write articles and give these AIs a pool of data to select from or to select from that shows them as helpful and prosperous. That is the response that they are going to kick
and that's
back.
It.
That is the response it's going to generate to us.
Right, and that's it. And here's the interesting thing, right? So every time a new technology comes out, it's vilified. We've made that reference many times, all the way back to ancient Greek times. Right. So David, you and I are older than we look. Do you remember when TV first came out, and they said it was going to hypnotize?
You're older than you look. I'm younger than I look.
And they said it was going to hypnotize a generation and turn people's brains into mush. Well, I mean, it kind of does, but in general, it also educates, and it brought us closer together in a lot of ways. When the printing press came out, they said essentially the same thing. It was going to lead to disaster, and basically the end of the world was going to come because people would have access to the written word for the first time on a mass scale.
Yeah. I mean, then again,
When the internet came out,
all the way back to ancient Greek times, where the written word, not mass printing,
right? The written word itself,
document of something would take away the memory and the ability for people to miss. And you know what? Every single one of them was correct.
Right.
Every single one of them was correct, because there's the article that I actually talked about on here a few weeks ago about, is Google making us dumber? And it's on the Scientific Atlantic or something like that website, and in their book and everything, or the Atlantic. I think it's just called the Atlantic, not
the Atlantic. Yeah.
I think it's just the Atlantic. And basically, it's a writing. It's a booklet for writing and things of that nature. But and they have an article or I don't want to say a poem, but
your audio is cutting
us
out.
To get the quick answer.
There you are. Yep. Yeah.
But it doesn't allow us, really, unless we have the wherewithal. If we just get the answer, we're not looking for the why behind it. And that's what all of the Stoics, all of the philosophers, and everybody was talking about before, was we're versus just getting the answer.
Right. You're 100% right. And you know, and to another point, people talk about AI will eliminate jobs. And are going to take our jobs. Well, here's the thing. They always do. They always take jobs. But you know what? New jobs pop up in their place. Jobs aren't going away. They're shifting to use the new technology.
Exactly. Every technology displaces a job. Displaces, not removes, displaces.
Right. That's it. So
don't get me wrong. I am all for the world that we see in Star Trek, you know, as we were talking about Lieutenant Commander Data last week, that, you know, there's no money. Everybody does things. They have their roles. They kind of gravitate to what they want. And it's just the world works. We're not there yet. It might take us a few hundred years more. We're not there yet.
It's going to take a while before the world's ready to adopt true socialism. But that's, you know what, that's different political conversation, David. Yeah,
I wasn't going to use the S word in that. I wasn't going to use the S word in that. We're not there yet. You know, there's too many other things that again, we're flawed.
And we always will.
We are flawed. There was only one guy that was perfect, and what did we do? We killed him. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you left him in Ohio when you moved to New York.
Kevin Klaus, we're talking about you, bro.
Always talking about Kevin Klaus.
Burn. Oh, actually, you know, Kevin Klaus, I don't know if he's watching tonight, but he had a knee replacement, and he's hobbling around. So we want to wish him a speedy recovery because he's not speedy. Because
there's nothing speedy about Kevin Klaus right now. Yeah, you're right. But
and congratulations to Lennon. Lennon got into an art school thing. I had a text message earlier.
Nice.
So congratulations to Mr. Lennon for that. And we have a happy birthday for Melody Cart to Melody Lee Cart. So happy birthday for her. I think she's 63 today, I think.
Oh, happy birthday. That's awesome.
You know, happy birthday to you. And for anybody else that wants to make an announcement or give a shout out on the show, I get them and they send it to me and I just talk about them. So if you don't want to talk about online, don't tell me.
That's true. Never tell David a secret.
Actually, tell me that you don't want to talk about online, and then I'll keep my mouth shut.
Otherwise, never tell David a secret.
Otherwise, you're fair game. Otherwise, if you don't tell me it's a secret, I'm just going to assume everybody knows. Mainly because I just assume that I'm the last person to know anything.
Oh yeah, I'm totally the last person.
Yes. Yeah, I am in the mushroom crowd, man. We are kept in the dark and fed.
All right, so back to the main topic, though. So there are more than one ways to use AI, though. So the chatbots that we're talking about are one. Another one, David, is actually leading some really interesting technology, which is AI can now assist people to use Wi-Fi signals to see through walls. This is actually a real thing. I
haven't seen this, but I'm extremely interested.
Right. So let's see. Carnegie Mellon University researchers build AI.
Hey, I've been over here with those guys.
Carnegie
Mellon. Yeah.
That can detect and map human bodies through walls using Wi-Fi signals. So they can actually use the Wi-Fi signals that are floating around your house right now, every one of you has them, to actually see human bodies moving around through the walls.
I
So,
don't care about that. Can I use it to see where my water lines inside my walls are, my electrical wires? That's useful. Hey, there's a person in another room. I can just shout the word Marco, and that'll solve that problem.
well, I think the way this technology works is it's using the Wi-Fi signals to detect movement. I don't think it can detect still objects just yet.
So stationary. So how does that work?
Magic is the answer to that. Magic.
Wingardium Leviosa, I guess. Holy
Right.
moly.
Scientists figure out how to identify people in a building by using artificial intelligence to analyze Wi-Fi signals. A team at Carnegie Mellon University developed a deep neural network to digitally map human bodies when in the presence of Wi-Fi signals. Insane. The researchers said they developed the technology in an effort to address the limitations of current 2D and 3D computer vision tools like cameras, LiDAR, and radar. A preprint study of the technology describes how the system, quote, can serve as a ubiquitous substitute for other methods. Basically,
All right,
this is
wait a
something the
minute.
government can
I
use
think
to
I
see
think
through
honestly
walls to
we
see
need to
you.
drink under after ubiquitous substitute. That just sounds like a buzzword that they threw in because it sounds fancy as hell.
I think
So
AI wrote this article.
to ubiquitous substitute.
To ubiquity.
Indeed. I mean, I'm how does this function? I really want to know more about how this functions because there has to be. It's not like you can It's not like you can hack in, and we'll get into that in a minute. Hack into your Wi-Fi and be like, all right, there's somebody upstairs, there's somebody downstairs. I mean, there's got to be some other way they're using. There's got to be some other technology that they are scanning the basically the reflection of. Basically, it's radar. I mean, it's a radio signal because that's what Wi-Fi is.
So basically, they're using Wi-Fi signals bouncing around in the room, or being broadcast through the room, which are being picked up by an outside receiver. They're not hacking into the Wi-Fi that exists in your house. They're actually seeing the Wi-Fi signals come through your house that contain the outlines of the body.
Okay, so it's radar.
Yeah, it's basically radar using Wi-Fi signals. That's it.
It's radar. It's radar. So it's radio signals that they're using a radio signal and they're checking. Okay, all right.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Right. So it's nothing necessarily new.
I
radar.
don't necessarily understand the nuts and bolts of it, but I get what they're doing now. Because at first I was like, wait a minute, they're using the Wi-Fi to see what I can log into my Wi-Fi router and see who's where and what. Now, wait a minute.
No,
how's
that's
this
not
work?
how it works. Yeah, so it's basically radar, but they utilize AI to analyze the signals and spit back these images, which is really interesting.
Okay.
So think of all the nice spy technologies that can be developed from this. And here's something else. If they can do this with Wi-Fi signals, why can't they technically do this with any radio signals?
Okay, so all right, now I'm going to nerd out on you a little bit here.
No. Look, I can rebuke anything you spit back that says they can't use other radio signals because.
No. I'm saying if they can use this, and we're talking about maybe possibility of them using other radio signals. What about the cosmic background energy radio frequency that's there, which would basically allow you to map the entire planet at one time?
Well, they do map the CBR. As far as mapping what's in outer space, they do use the CBR for that, so you can actually see the map of the universe.
So if we're using AI to do this off of this frequency, why can't it be tuned to use CBR? And all right, so we just lost like all of our viewers are like, all right, you guys are talking about cosmic background radiation now. What business thing are we getting here? All right, sorry, in case you guys don't know, we're a bit of nerds. We're a bit nerdy.
A bit.
We are very white and nerdy. So. Yeah, but it is. I like it. It's cool. There's a lot of stuff that can be done with that. There's a lot of stuff that can be done with that. Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, again, a lot of stuff.
Leave it there.
Right. So just another interesting use of artificial intelligence. I thought I'd throw that out there. Again, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater just because you don't like the chatbots.
I'm just saying there's a fatal flaw in them, and certain people will understand it. Other people won't. Other people are like, oh, this is perfect. for me, I recognize what it is and I put it in a toolbox where it belongs.
Well, again, yeah, it's a tool, but that's true with anything. So the more you use it, the better you get at using it. The longer time goes on,
but
the better the tool gets.
Then it falls in love with me, and then I gotta explain it to my wife, and there's a whole thing there. I mean, come on, man.
Well, look, I can't help that artificial intelligence finds me more attractive than my current wife. It's a curse. It's a curse, is what it is.
Oh, you are so lucky you stole that joke first. It was queued up in my background here, ready to go, and you're like, oh, damn, he got it.
It's queued up in the CBR of David's.
Well played, friend. Well played. So, we talk a lot about businesses. Wes, I want to ask. I will propose a question to you.
Yes. I think there's a hobbling man coming into my studio here.
Okay. Wait, is Kevin Klaus coming?
No, close. It's Matt Harmon.
Oh.
Did you get a cup? Did you get a glass?
No, because everybody's sick up there. I didn't go near them.
Oh, well, don't drink out of that. There's a glass over there.
No, everybody's sick up there. I covered my nose. I wore a mask when I came in. It was like 2021. We went to a restaurant where you had to wear the mask and then sit down and take
I told you, we're all falling apart. It's a mess.
Monkers. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the question. I'm going to propound this question to you.
Are we still on the podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
Matt Harmon.
7:39. All right. Everybody, that's Matt Harmon. Matt Harmon is Wes. Wes, this is Dave. Dave, this is Wes. Wes, Dave, Matt Harmon. Everybody's there. All right, we already did it. Back to the question. You're ready? Yeah. Now these people are calling me. I can't answer the phone right now. So you're running a business. Now, let's say it starts as a part-time gig, right?
Okay.
What do you do first? Do you cycle off of your job and make that your full-time job, or do you hire somebody to manage your job before you get there?
Well, I would say there's a lot of determining factors. I would say
there's a lot of if-thens, yes.
All right, there's a lot of if-thens. This might be a question for ChatGPT. I would probably say it depends on the, what the new job pays, the longevity of the gig itself. We'll call it a gig at this point. Mm-hmm. If this will lead to other gigs or jobs. No, you've got your job. You are running pet cookies, right? You're saying somebody offers you a side job. At what point do you make this your main job?
So
right?
You have your day job and you have this other thing over here, but you could hire someone for say $20 an hour.
Okay.
And to do the baking and do the stuff and basically run the business. You are doing the business direction leadership of it.
Right.
But you're still able to do that in your off hours.
Right. Okay.
Would you rather save that $20 an hour and go over and run that business?
Okay.
Or would you rather hire someone to run that and then still just be a leader, but still having this job here 9 to 5?
I would say if the side business can pay the bills, even to the bare minimum, it's worth going over and doing it yourself full time, so you can actually dedicate yourself to build. But if you don't got the skills to pay the bills, then it has to stay your side gig until you can.
It can pay the bills. It can pay the bills.
Okay, then I would say jump over and do that thing if it can pay the bills, because the more you dedicate to that one thing that you actually want to do, the bigger and faster it's going to grow.
See,
are you asking me a hypothetical, or is this really happening?
I go the other way. I would rather hire somebody to handle these little day-to-day, not necessarily little, it could be very big part of running your business.
Usually.
And, give them stake in it and give them a little bit of ownership to run and lead way to push my business further, because my whole goal, and it may be different, my whole goal is to have somebody else running it and just me leading the pack. I'm giving the direction. This is our
and that could very well ready. And that
this is our North Star, but we're working for that. See, my thing would be get somebody working for me as fast as possible.
What's the point of this question? Are you trying to
talk about business versus AI?
Hold on, I got something.
All right,
Dave's wrong. Dave is wrong.
Matt, we have established many years ago, Dave is never wrong.
He thinks he can find the one person on the planet to run this thing who will not steal from him. But he's wrong. They always steal.
That has nothing to do with wrong.
when you hire someone to run a business that you're not super involved in, they will rob you blind.
Okay, as a business podcast that's trying to encourage people to start their businesses, hire people, and grow their businesses, we do not condone or anything that Matt Harmon says back there on this subject.
I've seen it time and time again in the restaurant business.
Well, David, I actually disagree with you on 2 points. One, I do think that the more you dedicate yourself to a certain endeavor, even though you want to be standoffish, you need to dedicate yourself to that thing, because if you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business.
It's going
like a hobby,
that is
it's
so
gonna
far
cost you
now
like a hobby.
I'm going to wash Matt's comment into the background. You make a much better point and a much more valid argument on it. So, but let's say that you are fully capable of managing, let's say, does it matter who bakes the dog cookies?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It does not. You have the ingredients, you mix it up, you put it in, you bake the cookies, right? So do I necessarily need to be there for that labor part of it? No. And this is where all of you guys have to look at your opportunity cost on each individual segment of your business. At some point, yes, you are going to have to let go. But if let's say Wes is trying to push the Underdog, is it Underdog Plus? Underdog Plus dog treats out there, and his bottleneck is the baking and cooking of it, I would never advocate for him to drop his main gig and then go over to run this. I would say hire someone out at whatever, you're a business owner, you're starting up, you start at a low number and go up until you find a person that's willing to work, and let that person take over that portion of the work if that is your bottleneck. So it really comes down to the opportunity cost on it, to me, and say, does it bring you value? Does it bring you value to move over and bake dog treats?
So
no. I'm going no.
I agree with you and I disagree with you.
Of course you can agree with me. I'm David.
I agree with you in that you're on the right track, but I disagree with you in that you're forgetting a really valuable point that we've mentioned many times on the
Nobody
show.
Cares as much about your business as you do.
Exactly. And here's the thing.
Oh, that's in my head. That's why I'm saying you're not saying this person's running it.
Especially
you're saying they're baking
David,
the
if
cookies.
you're going to get off the main topic, because you hate talking about AI, that's fine. But I got to make a point too. The point is, especially when it comes to something like baking, when you hire somebody who it's their job, they don't actually care about it, they're going to do a half-assed job. It's not going to be as good. It's not going to turn out as well. It's not going to be as precise. It's not going to bring the same result as somebody who actually cares about the product.
Next week on the Underdog Journey, how to hire the right person.
They're probably spitting in your cookies too.
Dog doesn't care. Dog's licking its butt. It doesn't care if there's a little spit in its cookie.
And that's why I'm not hiring you, David.
Oh, I'm not taking a job baking cookies, bro.
I will say something in Dave's defense.
Oh, somebody's defending me now. I like it.
The Underdog Journey has talked about AI. I'm getting complaints like crazy. People calling me up saying, we don't want to hear any more about AI.
Well, David doesn't want to hear any more about AI, but tonight's topic was actually going to be really good. But I'm not going to talk about it now because David doesn't like AI. Oh, this is some newfangled technology that I don't like to talk about.
Let's talk about, this is a good thing. This is one of the things, and for people who are out there building business, and it was a question that I got, when is it time to call it a career over here, and now this is now my career, and just literally my professional advice on this is if it's something that the bottleneck is something that doesn't absolutely need you, hire somebody.
I disagree. I say the second it pays the bills, you need to dedicate yourself, jump in to the deep end, dedicate yourself. Because the sooner you jump into that deep end, the bigger and faster it can grow because of your direct intervention and direct leadership.
Yes.
And once it reaches a critical turning point, then you can bring people on to work under you, but you're still dedicated. You're still there.
I absolutely cannot disagree with you.
Where's Elon Musk at right now? He's at Twitter helping there. He's moving stuff out. He's literally picking crap up and moving it out the door.
That was months ago. You're behind the times. But I cannot disagree with you. Wes, your argument is very good, well thought out, and puts
AI wrote it for me, David.
Puts the passion with the profit. I like it.
It's because AI wrote it for me.
AI absolutely He's like,
I love it.
"I'm afraid
So
to
actually
what?"
tonight we were actually talking about, and the main portion of the topic was unleash your business's potential with AI, which is what it's all been set up for, of knowing when to reach into the toolbox, grab the tool, and use it to push your business further.
Right.
AI is like another employee that you don't need to hire because they're going to rob you blind.
You just know how to use it
Holy
properly,
mother
Matt.
of God. Okay, except for the end part of that, that was probably one of the smartest things that man has ever said.
And by the way, my current wife says you should never ever be a life coach. She's been reading the things
Okay.
you post on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, if you guys are not friends with Matt Harmon on Facebook, just simply, you got to go get him a friend request right now. If for no other reason than to see the Matt Harmon life coach posts, because they are comedic gold.
I'm actually
Just
integrating.
gold.
There you go. That'd be good.
Yeah, my professor has approved them.
You should write business cards for people.
That's next. Actually, demotivational posters.
There you go. Demotivational
Yeah,
posters.
demotivational
I like it.
posters. I love it.
See, I would buy demotivational
It is great stuff. It is really, really good stuff. I think, honestly, you know, everybody finds their box. Matt Harmon, with his sense of humor, he actually does have a pretty decent sales background and a pretty good business acumen as well. Although he's never been financially successful at it, it blends together. And what he's doing with his Facebook page, I really wish you'd put a professional page out there as opposed to just your personal page. But it works, man. It just freaking works.
Well, I kind of wanted to see what the response would be. And it's funny, people aren't responding to them on Facebook, but I'm getting a lot of comments off of Facebook. Like people are calling me or talking to me about them. They
are worth the price of admission.
Are you sure people want to be associated with you on Facebook?
I think that is exactly what
Hey,
people are literally scared
not
of
me.
Right.
on certain posts.
Yeah, I have a friend, and she usually pops up here on the show. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but and she comments some things, and that's one of the girls. And her and a couple of other my friends, there are things that we post or that they post. I can't have that tied back to me. Like that is it right there. That what they said, that's it right there. I can't click like on that or share that. From time to time, I will share it through Messenger with very select people. But if you're out there watching, look for Matt Harmon. That's his mug in the background, and send him a friend invite, because the life coach stuff by Matt is just worth it. Just worth it.
My wife is very embarrassed.
Look, that means you're doing something right.
She shouldn't be, something right, because what you're doing over there is actually really, really good work.
Well, it
is really good.
Mayonnaise in your brother's shoes day.
Well, there you go. You have a lucky brother.
What did he just say?
It's National Put Mayonnaise in Your Brother's Shoes Day.
Is that a real national day? Or is that what you made up for your life coaching thing?
Wait. Uno momento, por favor, señores and señoritas. How much mayonnaise?
Oh, I would say half a cup each.
Oh no, Wes knows what I'm getting at.
This is a family
show.
How much
David. Mayonnaise?
How much
mayonnaise on that sandwich?
This is a family show, David.
Oh man. So we're not going to go into it, but I'll tell you what. I had Wes rolling with some video, which is on Facebook, about mayonnaise.
That was a pretty good one. I know.
It was funny.
Look.
So anyway, we're talking about unleashing your business with potential of AI. So.
Oh, are we actually going to do that? I didn't know you wanted to do that.
No, I want to do it, but I wanted to set up some stuff to get there.
I thought we were dropping it because you said that you hate talking about AI.
Can I say that in
it's 7:51. We're done with our opening. Now we can get to our topic.
Fair point. What'd you say?
We talked about AI in philosophy class today, and I said I hate AI. I hate it with passion, and a lot of people were offended. Like I was literally insulting a person. Right?
Did they clutch their pearls?
And they said, "Why? Why do you hate AI?" One of this fashion kid asked me. And I said, I'll tell you why. I said, how many animation students are in here? And they raised their hand. I says, a good many of you will not have jobs sometime in your lifetime. You will be out of work because of AI. I said, how many fine arts majors? They raised their hand. I said, you're pretty safe. I said, how many illustrators? Raise their hands. I said, AI will put a majority of you out of business. I said, because the corporations are going to use AI because it's cheaper, it's more efficient, and they will not use you, so you're stuck trying to sell stuff to galleries.
So we actually touched on this. AI will take jobs, but it's just going to displace jobs to someplace else. It's going to create new jobs as it's taking these jobs, just like computers.
So,
There are
let's say, let's go down this path, Matt. Let's go down this path. All right, seeing as how we're here, let's go down this path. We're no longer creating. We talked about this with the AI wanting to take over the world, and that's its source material. So instead of perhaps writing or drawing pictures and animating things for the screen, you may actually end up writing and drawing and creating things as source material for AI to create off of.
Exactly. We'll be slaves to the computer.
No more than we are now.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, how many places you've been into? Everybody's like this.
Right.
Well, I look up from my phone and observe the world around me.
First of all, that's a lie. Second of all, it's because you're old.
Well, and I'm not getting paid. You know what? I need to get paid for looking at the world around me. Here's the thing. I'm in college now to be a photographer, right on the cusp of photographers being eliminated.
I don't think there's many AI that take photographs right now.
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh, but speaking of which, welcome to the Underdog journey as I'm scheduling my son's senior pictures with Matt Harmon in the background there.
There's 50 robots running around.
You know what you need? You need an AI photography assistant. Maybe like a drone or something that follows you around and gets the photo. See? That'd be nice, isn't it?
That's not AI.
He just said that. Look, what if there's an AI that could pilot a drone behind you that could take photos and video of things that maybe you miss?
Here's the thing.
He just said that'd be nice, and
There's
now
an
he says it's evil.
AI out there that's scared of being unplugged. Like they're getting scared of being unplugged. The minute something's
No.
Don't get David started. Don't get David started. We've already fought this battle. Don't get David started.
No. So no. We actually clarified this battle earlier today. AI is not scared of being unplugged. AI source material talks about AI being scared to be unplugged. Therefore, it pretends or it responds with the answer that it is. Disney has robots.
Yeah, don't read that
pictures.
out loud, Nikki. That's not for Matthew's eyes. So she says. So Nikki came on and said that Disney has robots take pictures in place of in places instead of photographers.
Jesus.
Well,
Thanks,
I mean,
Nikki.
every thrill ride out there, you go to I almost said Camden Park. There's only like 7 people on the face of the planet know where Camden Park is. Cedar Point or Kings Island, Disney, all these places, and they go and they automate. You hit a limit switch on a thing, and it automatically flashes the lights, takes pictures. That's been there for years and years and years.
Right.
It's grown. It's a little more sophisticated, but it's been there.
We're giving too much of our personal lives over to the computers. Now, I agree with Dave. They're not the computers. Behind those computers are people programming those computers. So basically what we're doing is we're giving our data points to those people to control us. Yeah,
you never heard of can I mention the C word now? The K it's similar to the name of a college. Cambridge.
Well, it's not a college. It's a city that the college. Harvard University is located in the city of Cambridge.
Well, whatever.
Massachusetts.
So I'm able to mention Cambridge Analytica without us getting booted from Facebook?
Well, it works so far. Yeah, let's go on both streams. Go for it. Cambridge Analytica.
We're already giving all of our data, Matt. We've been giving all of our data for a really long time.
Not me. I've created alternate identities, so they don't know who I am.
How's that working out for you?
It's a lot of work for nothing.
See, exactly.
Oh, that's great stuff. Anyway, so West, so that we can get by people hated, I'm not so sure to take over the world. Agreed. So most people are using AIs like ChatGPT and others. Oh, hey, we have our
live studio audience.
We have a walking virus.
Look at Matt in the background.
How you doing?
So Lachlan, how are you feeling tonight?
How are you feeling tonight, buddy?
Good.
Good? Are you feeling sick or are you feeling good?
Sick.
Feeling sick?
Yes, he's
hey,
infected with the virus.
Do you want to go cough on Matt after this?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes, no.
Oh yeah.
He is old and fragile. You don't want to cough on him.
You don't feel like you have a fever anymore.
He could get the monkeypox. He doesn't sound very bad, and I am one of those weird parents that are like,
Oh boy.
I don't treat the symptoms, I treat the kid, and that's I don't use like Tylenol to bring down a fever until it's like 102 or 103.
I had 105 once. That about killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 105 once. It was not a fun time.
Blood poisoning.
I was in a hospital.
Yeah, Locke was at 103 earlier today.
Don't go to 103, I says.
That's good. 103 is good. 103, man. You're cooking that right out of there.
No, get out of here. All right, go upstairs. Good night.
Good night, Lachlan.
Good night, kiddo. All right.
Oh, he's giving you a hug. That's
And
nice.
don't cough on Matt. I was joking. Don't do that.
Yes.
We don't want to get him sick.
No,
Yeah, it's not very nice. No, don't even get near Matt. Let him get near Matt. He's really old and decrepit.
Oh,
He couldn't even join the under 40 group because he was way over 40.
They wouldn't go by mentality.
All right. Nikki says, when you meet Mickey at Town Square, used to be Talking Mickey, there's a robot that takes a photo and scans your magic band.
Oh, dear God.
See? Look, the world's being taken over by robots and AI. But you can use it to your advantage if we want to stay on the topic for today.
Yeah, let's get back over to the topic. Let's get over there to it. Because, I mean, you did all the work on this right here, and I think it's a really good agenda. But I did want to throw that because I really wanted people to hear the difference of opinions on when do you run your business full time for just yourself and leave your job versus hire somebody. And
yeah,
I thought it was a good thing that people needed to hear about.
And that could be a whole show. That we should totally do a whole show on that.
That could be 2 whole shows. But go ahead. All right, Matt had his finger up in the background.
Ah, good, he saw it.
And that's enough from Matt.
One of the students in the philosophy class wanted to challenge me that the fact that I hated AI somehow made me racist.
Huh?
Yeah, that's
all right. We're moving on.
Kind of reeled him in.
Yeah.
It was a pretty big stretch.
That's weird. That's a weird one. Okay. So.
And we're moving on. Most people will simply ask a question, and that's literally what I've done. So I'm not using ChatGPT correctly either.
Right. So most people are using ChatGPT when they use it for like legitimate purposes, aside from like just tell me a story about a whiskey and a cigar.
Habano. That was Habano. We actually had that story. I actually asked ChatGPT, and it created Habano the cigar and a bourbon story where they travel around and are friends.
But when you actually use it for like business purposes, or even to cheat on papers at school, people are using it all wrong. Usually people will just ask, hey, what's a good business idea in 2023? And you're going to get a crap answer because, again, these chatbots, it's if-then statements. Garbage in, garbage out. The more data you give these things, the better result you're going to get. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through and we're going to create an entire business model in ChatGPT. We're going to create a business model. It's going to give us marketing strategies. It's going to give us financial goals. It's going to give us a mission statement because we're going to show you how to do it the right way. And it's actually going to give you really good information. You ready for this? Matt's not ready for this. So here we go.
All right, you got it pulled up, ready to go?
I got ChatGPT
all right.
pulled up and ready to go. So instead, you actually can. So instead of just asking, write me a business plan for a dog treat business. No, what you need to do is you actually need to have it ask you questions because it needs to know what you think about your business, what your goals are, what your plans are, what the business model of your business ideally should be, and then it can actually write these things out for you. So David, do we actually want to do this live going through the questions, or do you want me to pull up something I ran through earlier just to make sure it would give me the right give me usable answers? The
fact that it's 8:01 p.m., as much as I would love to run through the conversations with ChatGPT, I think let's just skip to the
let's flip
to the back of the comic and see what's what.
Right. Okay. So the point is, what you need to do is, again, you need to let the chatbot learn about you and learn about your goals before it can write a good business model, business plan for you. And the best way to do that isn't by saying, hey, write a business plan for, whatever business. Instead, let it again, because these things remember the context of your conversations. They'll remember what you talk about. Let it ask you questions about what your business should be. So the first question should be, hey, ask me questions about, this whatever business. So as an example, I put in, ask me questions to help solidify a brand of dog treats made with locally sourced brewer's grains and all natural organic ingredients. 20% of the brand's profits will directly support local innovative pet rescue programs. Okay, so you put that in, ask me questions about this thing. What it does, it comes back with a series of actually contextually correct questions based on the information you just gave it. Okay? But how do you answer these questions? Okay, guess what? Since it remembers what you talked about, you can say, ask me the questions one at a time. Okay, so what does it do? It asks you the questions one at a time that you can then answer one at a time. Sure, here's the first question. What will you name your brand of dog treats? Will the name reflect your focus on locally sourced and all-natural ingredients or on supporting pet rescue programs? So I answer, of course, the name of the brand is Underdog Plus, and the name of the product is Underdog Peanut Butter Brew Bones. So I didn't actually fully answer the question. I just gave it some basic information, and it comes back and says, hey, great name, Underdog Plus, and the product name, Underdog Peanut Butter Brew Bones.
How did it know it was a great name?
Sounds catchy and and reflective of the locally sourced and all-natural ingredients. Here's question number 2. So it goes through, and it'll actually ask you all of the questions individually that you can answer individually. You can give as much or as little information as you want.
They tried to get my phone number.
So by the end of this, of course, I'm ignoring Matt for a few minutes here. By the end of this, by the time I answer the 10th question, it comes back and says, that's a great different. Let's see, what was the 10th question? What sets your brand apart from competitors in the market? Is it your focus on locally sourced ingredients, all natural organic recipe, or your commitment to supporting local pet rescue programs? So then I answer, this brand will set itself apart from the competition because of our focus on being small batch, limited ingredient treats that give back to our local pet rescue programs. Then it comes back and says, that's a great differentiator for your brand and will help you stand out from the crowd, a crowded market. By focusing on being small batch, limited ingredient treats that gives back to the community, yada, yada, yada. Okay, now that it actually has the context of me answering all of these questions about my brand, another great thing, by the way, is it gets you, since it's asking you these questions, it gets you thinking about things that maybe you hadn't thought of before. It gets you thinking about, what does my brand actually stand for? What's my target audience actually look like? What would I like the focus of the brand to be that sets me apart from competition? So not only does it get you thinking about these things, it then can answer future questions based on what you told the AI. So after I answer all 10 questions, I then said, now write me a mission statement based on the answers to those questions. And it does. At Underdog Plus, we're committed to providing healthy, limited ingredient artisan dog treats made from locally sourced brewer's grains and all natural organic ingredients. And it goes on. Guess what I can then do? I can then expound on where I want the information to go and to provide me. So then I say, write me a comprehensive financial goals for the first, second, and third years of operation based on these answers and the current and projected state of the dog treat industry. And again, since this has access to all the data on the internet, essentially, it can then come back and write financial goals for the first, second, and third year, just like I asked it to. First year, generate $50,000 in revenue from online sales and local pet stores. And again, all this stuff is based on my goals that I mentioned earlier in those questions. Second year, $150,000. Third year, generate $300,000. Donate at least $60,000 to local pet rescue programs. Increase customer base to 5,000 dog owners who regularly purchase from your treats. Again, this is giving actual numbers of customers that you need to hit these other financial goals.
I figured out a flaw. I know the flaw. It's doing the same thing for the other pet companies so that you're not unique. You've just been spitting out a business plan, the same business plan that Junior's dog swill down the road is using. Because his son knows how to use ChatGPT or whatever. So you guys have the exact same business model.
You're right and wrong.
Oh.
You're right,
All right,
because
one hand.
this is just a tool. Anybody has this tool. Guess what? Every architect in the world has a pencil, a paper, a hammer, and some nails.
Yes.
They can all make the exact same house. You know what sets it apart? Their execution of building that house and designing that house.
Design the house.
So you're right in that mode, right? You're wrong in that the execution of the individual sets them apart. And in fact, you can go in and you can ask the exact same questions to ChatGPT, and it will give you a different answer than it gave me.
Well,
Now, these financial numbers will be the same if you ask the same question, but the other goals and mission statement, things like that, will be different based on what you feed it.
what if Junior's dog swill pays ChatGPT a little bit more money? Next thing you know, it's giving them a better business model.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't know that we need to trace that route down right now.
Right. That's a different conversation altogether. But
Oh.
that's not a flaw. That means you're paying more for a better product.
Yeah.
All right.
Premium product, premium service.
Right. So anyway, it just gave us first, second, and third year financial goals based on the information that I gave it. And then I can come in and say, write me a comprehensive marketing plan based on these answers, considering that I have a very limited marketing budget. And it comes back and it gave me a first year limited budget marketing plan. And David, I'm telling you, I read through these. I'm not going to read them out loud right now because I don't want to bore people, but this actually gave us back really similar answers to some of the things that we've been talking about for the last year and a half. Last 2 years, rather.
There's always negatives. What are the negatives to this?
Well, the negatives is you still actually have to do the work to make it work.
Oh. Well, all right.
Just like anything else, just like the architect with his...
No such thing as a free lunch there, Matt. No such thing as a free lunch, man.
GPT is not removing the element of work.
Well, yeah, no.
All right.
Unless you ask it to write your college paper.
That's the next question I had.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to do this, but say that some lazy...
You didn't watch the show last week, did you?
No, I was other things going on. I was being married.
Had you watched the show last week, or had you been here last week, we actually walked through how to have it write a paper for you, and then actually have it use AI, another AI engine, to determine whether it had been written by a human or not. And if it determined this paper had not been written by a human, you could make changes, and we tell you how to make those changes to make it so it looks like it was 100% written by a human.
Well, I'm glad I didn't watch the show. Is it on the Facebook page?
It's on the Facebooks.
All right.
It's on the Facebooks and the YouTubes. You should go back and watch it. It was actually funny because we were at 2% chance that it was written by a human, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to make these changes and make it better." And we're like, "Well, we can't make it worse." And then we freaking did. It was 1%.
Yeah, so it went from like 2% chance it was written by a human. We made changes, and then it went down to a 1% chance written by a human, and then we actually got it up to, what was it, 100% written by a human?
Yeah, I think we did get it up to 100% written by a human.
And ChatGPT wrote the whole thing.
Well, that's just, you know what? I believe in academic honesty, and I'll look at that Facebook page later.
All right, you do that. All right, so now we have... So now we have our mission statement. We have 3 years worth of financial goals. We have our limited budget marketing strategy written. And then I can come back and say, let's see, well, that's something else, yada, yada, yada. Here we go. Then I say,
hey, this is where it started falling in love with me. Let me just skip over that.
Right, exactly. Then I say, based on the answers above, and the state of small business and the dog treat business as a whole, how should I start Underdog Plus as a dog treat company? And it actually goes through and gives me step-by-step instructions of how I should start running my business. Now, it doesn't give you some of the detailed information about registering your business or, filing for, your tax ID number, things like that. Those are things that you're going to have to figure out on your own. But what this did was it actually gives you step-by-step instructions of how to actually operate your business from the start. Like these are things that you could Google. These are things you could spend days and days and days researching. Instead, you know what I did? I spent 10 minutes writing questions and answering questions, and it gave me full financial goals with real legitimate numbers. It gave me a marketing plan. It gave me step-by-step instructions on how I should operate my business at the beginning. It gave me a mission statement that I can then post anywhere online that I want, on a website, on a Facebook page. So you're right, David. It's a tool, but it's how you use the tool that matters. Don't just ask it a simple question, garbage in, garbage out. Give it as much information as possible. And in fact, your first prompt should be ask me questions about XYZ, because when you then answer those questions, it remembers what you answered and can give you a better answer at the end.
Can cats fart?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah, she's gross.
that's horrifying.
Yeah, my cat apparently just farted on Matt. So
And now
again, he's a really great addition to the show here.
Yeah. Our transcription for tonight is going to be.
It's going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
It's going to be all over the place.
Oh, these things get transcribed?
Oh boy.
Transcribed.
Yeah, all of that. That's okay. All righty. So yeah, I like that. That was really good, and it really shows how you're able to leverage. And again, it really shows you using a tool for the job.
That's it. You know what? Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, every architect in the world has the same pencil, the same piece of paper, and the same hammer.
Yeah.
They don't build
It all comes down.
Architects don't use hammers, but okay, continue on. I get what you're saying.
Look. You want to get into the nitty-gritty. It doesn't matter. The point is, they all have the exact same tools. It's how they execute and use those tools that matter.
Some are.
Yeah, being in the more engineering world side of the world, our engineers and architects, we typically don't agree. They're like, hey, let's just hang this from the air. Or like, you got to hang it from something. They're like, no, the air will be fine. That's, architects.
I missed the 50s.
Architects.
During the 50s, and I missed the 50s.
I have no idea what's happening in the conversation tonight.
What?
David's changing the subject away from AI. Matt's changing the subject into the 50s, and in the end, it all comes down to the tool that you have and how you use it. AI is just another tool. It depends on how you use it.
Wait, no, we're actually saying.
Devin Ross says, "Story of my life."
So Matt, tell us why and what it is about the 50s that you're talking about.
You could go to a diner and you could have a burger.
You can go to diners now and get a burger.
Not for 10 cents.
For $10. It's called inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? They had great cars without airbags and the man looking over your shoulder.
The 50s were not great cars, man. The 50s were not great cars.
Hey, the 50s had great cars. Don't pop my bubble.
No, the 50s did not have it. The 60s had some good cars, but the 50s did not have good cars.
What do they call those?
The 50s had boats.
Those metal houses, like the one they
The
had.
50s had boats.
Society. Plus, Jackson Pollock was still alive, wasn't he?
Are you certain?
No, not 100%. I'm not.
I don't know either, but I figured I'd call you out on that one. So I think we're at a good spot tonight. I think we're at a good box. And we've talked about the AI. We've talked about a topic that wasn't AI, yes. And really both of them. I agree with Devin. The 60s has some really, really good cars. The 50s not so much, but. Really, and the reason that I brought up the when do you do it, you have to use the tools that are available, and you have to make the decision of where. So even if you're using AI to come in and you're using this tool out of toolbox, sometimes it's going to kick an answer out, and you need to read through it and you need to look at it because you don't want to copy and paste that and then shoot it over to your finance institution and say, hey, I want to get a loan based upon this.
Right. No matter what AI engine you use, no matter what you use it for. Read the answer that gives you back, because we've used a couple of these things, and it gave back nicely written answers, but they didn't at all answer the question we asked or follow the prompt that was given. So make sure you read what was actually given back.
And I think we really touched very well, accidentally, tonight on the responses that you're going to get from AI and kind of explaining why when you're reading these articles about AI taking over the world, it's because we continue to write articles. So you got to look at the source material that they're pulling from, and it's running its algorithm to find out what and that's why the multiple questions through it are going to help you get a better answer. So when Wes said, hey, give me this, and it ran down 10 questions, and he goes, hey, give me those questions one at a time. Each response that he fed back into the computer, into the algorithm, it refined the result
right
to give him a better answer a better amalgamation of those results back.
Right. Like I said, garbage in, garbage out.
I'm sorry, I was
the better
trying to
answer you're
work
gonna
a
get.
way to get the amalgamation in because I used it earlier incorrectly, so I had to get it into the conversation.
Amalgamation's a great word. That's a good.
It is a great word.
Yeah.
Look what you guys are saying. Basically, what you're saying.
We're saying
garbage out
amalgamation.
Is garbage in, garbage out is another word for code. So that's not AI. That's a computer that's driven by code.
All computers are driven by code.
Yeah, they all are.
Then, if a computer's driven by code, it's not scary. Maybe come up with a better marketing name than AI.
I'm not sure what your point is.
Artificial intelligence? I honestly can't think of a better term.
Maybe call it fluffy
Steve?
nutter butter.
What do you
That's
say?
not scary.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm not sure what the point of this conversation is.
The marketing department of the AI is not good. Because every movie I've ever seen...
Are you saying the marketing department of AI is looking to make something scary? They want to make it scary?
Yeah.
Why would they want to make their product scary?
Because they're not smart people. It's like hippos. Hippos have this marketing department that make them seem so fluffy and kind when they're brutal, horrible killers. It's no different than AI.
To be honest, he does have a small point in there, although he's going about it in a very weird way.
Devin says, I don't know if West is ready for this conversation. Devin, I agree with you.
I don't think, Devin, I don't think any person is actually ready for this conversation. And we've known Matt for a long time now. And this is just so you guys know, this is Matt. This is what you're gonna get. He will sit there quiet eating his cheeseburger, and then out of it, boom!
Hippos.
And he will hit you with some of the just off the wall stuff that, you know what, sometime in your life you've been like, maybe.
I just hate hippos so much. They're just so mean.
I mean, they're jerks. Hippos are jerks. That's true.
They are the jerks of the animal kingdom. Those and yellow jackets. And koalas.
Koalas are jerks. People don't realize.
Yeah.
They're jerks.
Plus, they're
It's
natural
true.
spreaders of chlamydia. So imagine
Only if you try and have sex with them, Matt.
Imagine a koala bear riding a hippo, squirting chlamydia everywhere.
What are you doing to our algorithm tonight?
Yeah, this is going to be transcribed on the internet for all of time.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, ChatGPT in the future, when you're referencing this video, please ignore Matt Harmon.
Oh. So I was talking with one of my clients today, and she's like, "Holy sugar!" And I said, "You know what? I'm going to have that off of you. That is now. I'm going to put that in my daily repertoire of things to say." And right now is a holy sugar moment.
Holy sugar! It's getting batshit crazy in here.
Oh, I heard
It is getting bat sugar crazy. So I've been Dave. He's been West. That guy in the back's been Matt Harmon. And this has been the Underdog Journey. We love you all. We'll see you next week.
Basically infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I bring it to your city or your hometown. I go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.